So one of the core points of socialism is the idea that the free market should be changed into what's called a planned economy. And it is a testament to capitalist propaganda that they have convinced so many people that this is a bad idea. It's literally called planned economy because it is an economy with a plan.
The choice between capitalism and socialism isn't between an unplanned economy and a planned economy. It's between having millions of people being free to follow their own plans versus having millions of people forced by the government to follow the plans of politicians and bureaucrats. Ludwig von Mises argued that central planning is akin to tyranny, writing that the planner is a potential dictator who wants to deprive all other people of the power to plan and act according to their own plans. He aims at one thing only, the exclusive, absolute preeminence of his own plan. It may sound intuitive that an economy planned by experts can more efficiently allocate resources to meet everyone's basic needs. Soviet economists Nikolai Shmylev and Vladimir Popov dispel this myth, writing in 1989 that the Soviet Union was vastly inferior to Western nations in meeting people's basic needs. Their poorer economic outcomes were the result of government planning because Soviet leaders and experts found it impossible to successfully coordinate where and how resources were to be allocated, which resulted in chronic shortages and surpluses of necessities. They observed that in market economies, shortages are almost unheard of, because if a commodity becomes scarcer, it will become more expensive, which will lead to greater economizing on the part of consumers and an increase in production, which will bring the market back into balance. If shortages occur, it is usually the result of government price controls. Shmylev and Popov contrast this with the shortages in the Soviet Union, writing that in an economy with rigidly planned proportions, such situations are not the exception but the rule, an everyday reality, a governing law. The absolute majority of goods is either in short supply or in surplus. The short and long-term government plans of the Soviets could not be changed fast enough to correct for changing conditions and the errors that they had made. Shmylev and Popov, although they still favored the ideals of socialism, concluded that what the Soviets needed were not better and more detailed plans, writing back in 1989, "Right now, as desperately as we need the air we breathe, we need enterprises, both large and small, in every sector of the economy, working without plan, simply by agreement and contract with other enterprises and organizations."